Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Chris Reddick. Well, our next talent is Brother Tracy Haynes, a member of Philippi Baptist Church in Elizabethton, Tennessee. And he has been reciting the I Have a Dream speech for over 20 years.
I am happy to join in with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. So I say to you, my friends, that even though we must face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, that I still have a dream. It is a dream that is deeply rooted in the American dream. That one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. And I have a dream that one day, even in the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will one day be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. And I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day be able to live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today, and I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today, and I have a dream that every valley shall be exalted, every hill and every mountain shall be made low. The rough places shall be made plain, and the crooked places shall be made straight. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be a day when all God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, and land of the pilgrims passed from every mountainside, let freedom ring. If America is to become a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Catholic and Protestant, will be able to join hands, sing in the words of that old Negro spiritual. Free at last, thank God all Almighty, we are free at last.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Mom, this is what it's saying.
Carry me home. Hi, girls. So come on in here. Let me just sit you on my lap here and tell you a little bit of something about why I'm singing that song. Because, you know, this is Black History Month. Before today's gospel music, Old Negro spirituals were a big part of the history of African Americans. Since the early days of slavery, music was a tool used to express many emotions, whether it joy or pain. But despite hardship, they were still pressing on. This form of praising was a way to give them hope, faith, and trust in the Lord. Negro spirituals began to be used as code for the Underground Railroad. After slavery was completely abolished, the times changed, as well as the music up until now. But still today, we sing some of the old Negro spirituals that will never be forgotten.
I believe that Black history needs to be a part of every person's heritage so that they know that they are somebody, and it is not anything that is less than, but it is something equal to, because God created me as He created everyone else to be just who I am, His child, and to be all that I can be in His name. That's what I think Black history is all about.